What if we told you that a TV show holds the power to change the world? Sounds unbelievable? Enter Star Trek, a phenomenon so impactful that it has left an indelible mark on our popular culture. Star Trek, born from the genius mind of Gene Roddenberry, is not just a science fiction franchise. It's a cultural icon that has shaped and influenced our society in ways we could have never imagined. It challenged the norms, expanded our horizons, and dared to boldly go where no one has gone before. At its very core, Star Trek was a mirror, reflecting the societal issues of the day, but with a twist. Through its futuristic lens, it tackled racism, war, and inequality, breaking barriers and pushing boundaries. It was more than a show about space exploration. It was a commentary on the human condition, our potential, and our flaws. Imagine a television series in the 60s introducing a multiracial crew led by a white captain and featuring an African-American woman in a significant role, an Asian helmsman, and an alien as the science officer. This was unheard of at the time, yet Star Trek did it, promoting diversity and inclusivity before they became buzzwords. But the influence of Star Trek didn't stop there. Its optimistic vision of the future, where humanity has overcome its petty squabbles to explore the stars, has inspired generations. It made us believe that a better future is possible, that we can rise above our differences and work together for a common goal. Star Trek's characters, diverse, complex, and unforgettable, have become part of our collective consciousness. Who could forget the logical Spock, the passionate Captain Kirk, or the empathetic Counselor Troy? These characters, and many more, have left their mark, teaching us about courage, compassion, and the importance of understanding and accepting our differences. In essence, Star Trek has not just entertained us, it has changed us. It has shown us a future we can aspire to, and in doing so, it has become an integral part of our popular culture, a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of storytelling. The genesis of Star Trek lies in the brilliant mind of Gene Roddenberry. Let's step into the time machine and travel back to the 1960s. At a time when space travel was just starting to become a reality, Gene Roddenberry envisioned a future where humanity had not only reached the stars, but had become a leading force for peace and exploration. A former Air Force pilot and Los Angeles police officer, Roddenberry was no stranger to adventure and risk. He brought this spirit to the creation of Star Trek, a show that dared to imagine a world where differences were celebrated and knowledge was the greatest frontier. The show's premise was simple yet revolutionary. Set in the 23rd century, it followed the adventures of the starship USS Enterprise, a vessel of the United Federation of Planets. Its mission? To explore strange new worlds, seek out new life and new civilizations, and boldly go where no man has gone before. The crew of the Enterprise was as diverse as the worlds they explored. Captain James T. Kirk, a fearless leader with a flair for the dramatic, was at the helm. His first officer, the logical and unflappable Mr. Spock, was a Vulcan-human hybrid who often served as the voice of reason. Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy, the ship's doctor, was a compassionate and sometimes cantankerous counterpoint to Spock's cool demeanor. Together, they tackled challenges and made discoveries that often mirrored the social and political issues of the 1960s. Star Trek was a gamble, a show that pushed boundaries and asked its viewers to imagine a better future. It wasn't always an easy sell. The original series struggled with ratings and was nearly canceled twice. But thanks to a dedicated fan base and a network that was willing to take a chance, Star Trek survived. And it did more than just survive. It thrived, sparking a franchise that continues to inspire and captivate audiences to this day. And thus, the USS Enterprise embarked on its epic journey, taking us along for the ride. The Star Trek universe, much like our own, is ever expanding. Following the end of the original series, the franchise continued to boldly go where no man has gone before. The first successor to the original Star Trek was Star Trek: The Next Generation. Set approximately 100 years after the original series, it introduced us to an entirely new crew aboard a new starship, USS Enterprise. The Next Generation, often abbreviated as TNG, continued the exploration of political and social issues, this time through the lens of a more evolved and morally sophisticated Federation. Then came Star Trek Deep Space Nine. As the title suggests, this was a departure from the starship setting, taking place instead on a space station near a strategic wormhole. Deep Space Nine, or DS9, delved deeper into the moral complexities and darker themes of interstellar politics, warfare, and religion. Next, we journeyed with Star Trek Voyager. Here, viewers found themselves flung to the far side of the galaxy, following the Starship Voyager's struggle to return to the Federation space, a journey that would take an estimated 75 years. Voyager was significant for featuring Star Trek's first female captain as the lead character. The final spin-off from the original timeline came in the form of Star Trek Enterprise. Set as a prequel to the original series, Enterprise explored the early days of space exploration and the formation of the Federation, thus giving us a glimpse into the roots of the Star Trek universe. Each of these spin-offs brought something unique to the table, expanding on the themes, characters, and worlds of the original Star Trek. They gave us more than just new stories. They gave us new perspectives, new dilemmas, and new philosophies, all set against the backdrop of the vast, unending cosmos. The Star Trek franchise thus became a universe of its own, with stories and characters as diverse as the galaxies they explored. Star Trek's influence extended far beyond the small screen. It ventured into films, novels, comics, and even inspired real-world technology. The Star Trek universe is not limited to the confines of the television screen. Its influence has boldly gone where no television series had gone before, spanning a multitude of mediums and leaving its indelible mark on each one. The original series sparked a creative explosion that led to the creation of 13 feature films, starting with Star Trek: The Motion Picture in 1979. The cinematic universe expanded the narrative, deepening the lore and developing characters in ways that television's episodic format couldn't always accommodate. Beyond the silver screen, Star Trek has also found a home in the form of novels and comics. Hundreds of Star Trek books have been published, further exploring the universe and its characters. The comics, too, have added a visual dimension to the franchise, allowing fans to see their favorite characters in new and exciting scenarios. But perhaps one of the most fascinating aspects of Star Trek's influence is its impact on real-world technology and space exploration. The communicators used in the original series bear an uncanny resemblance to our modern-day smartphones. The concept of the holodeck, a virtual reality space where anything is possible, has inspired tech gurus and scientists to push the boundaries of what we can achieve with virtual and augmented reality. Even NASA has felt the Star Trek effect. The optimism and curiosity that underpin the series have inspired countless scientists and astronauts. The Space Shuttle Enterprise, for instance, was named after the iconic starship from the series, a testament to how Star Trek's vision of the future continues to inspire us to reach for the stars. In the world of Star Trek, fiction often became a blueprint for reality. The franchise has not only provided us with compelling stories and characters, but also sparked our imaginations, showing us a future where technology is used to better humanity, and exploration is a means to foster understanding and unity. In doing so, Star Trek continues to inspire us to boldly go where no one has gone before. Decades have passed, but the Star Trek phenomenon shows no sign of slowing down. Today, Star Trek remains a force to be reckoned with in the world of science fiction, as the franchise continues to evolve and expand. Newer additions to the Trek universe, like Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Picard, have successfully carried the torch handed down from the original series. Star Trek Discovery, launched in 2017, takes us back to the time before Captain Kirk and Spock, introducing new characters and new worlds, yet still upholding the values and principles that have always been at the heart of Star Trek. Meanwhile, Star Trek Picard brings us a poignant and deeply personal story of one of Star Trek's most beloved characters, Jean-Luc Picard, proving that even in the twilight of his years, the spirit of exploration and discovery remains undimmed. The enduring popularity of Star Trek is a testament to its timeless themes and memorable characters. It's more than just a television show or a movie franchise. It's a global community of fans, a shared language, a philosophy. From fan conventions to cosplay, from fan fiction to academic studies, Star Trek has permeated every aspect of popular culture. And let's not forget the legacy of Star Trek in science fiction history. Star Trek has always been a pioneer, from its groundbreaking diversity in casting to its optimistic vision of the future. It has inspired generations of scientists, engineers, and astronauts, and influenced countless other works of science fiction. It has even had an impact on real-world technology, with many of today's gadgets bearing a striking resemblance to the devices used by the crew of the USS Enterprise. So, as we stand on the cusp of a new era in human history, with the possibility of space travel and exploration becoming a reality for more and more people, Star Trek's message is more relevant than ever. Star Trek continues to inspire us, reminding us that in the vast expanse of the universe, we are all explorers, seeking out new life and new civilizations, always boldly going where no man has gone before.